You don't try to save people because you're weak. You try to save them because somewhere along the way you learned that love meant responsibility. The pattern. You see their potential. You believe them. You stay longer than you should. And you don't give up easily, especially on people. The lie beneath it. If I love them enough, they'll change. If I explain it the right way, they'll understand. This is where potential replaces reality. The turning point. Potential doesn't create change. Willingness does. Let's talk about where it started, childhood conditioning. Being the good one. You were expected to behave. You were expected to behave appropriately, almost even perfectly. You were also expected to manage others' emotions. When they were upset, you were there to guide them. When they were mad, you were there to try to de-escalate the situation. You learned their moods very quickly because you were able to read their facial expressions. You were able to hear how they walked, how they talked, how they reacted. And you just instinctively learned to read people, and that was one of your superpowers. You learned to keep peace, right? You swallowed things that you didn't really want to swallow, but you did what was expected of you, what people wanted from you, so that you could avoid conflict, so you could avoid chaos, so you could avoid potentially getting punished for something that you didn't do. And you've always felt responsible for other people. You weren't random. You were trained. From day one, you were trained. Let's talk about the cost or the emotional impact. The cost of all of that on a child is huge. It's a heavy burden. It's hard. It's sad. It's overwhelming. Something that a child should never have to go through. Parentification. Exhaustion is one of the costs. Confusion, not fully understanding why you're in this role and how to get out of this role, and if you'll ever get out of this role. A lot of self-doubt because you don't understand why you're dealing with this when other people have no idea what you're talking about. And what did you do to have to endure this and have to try to figure it out on your own? Because no one's given you the secret code. No one's given you the manual. They just expect you to know. And staying too long. You lose yourself trying to hold someone else together. You're not worried about yourself. You're literally setting yourself on fire for someone else. Let's talk about the truth. You can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. They have to want it more than you do. If you are the person who wants it more than them, then clearly they don't want it. Let's reframe this. Let's give you some empowerment. It's not failure. You have nothing to do with the fact that this person doesn't want to be saved. Maybe they've been through a lot of traumatic experiences. Maybe they don't feel that they're worthy. Maybe they have low self-esteem. Maybe they've experienced trauma. Any number of things that could keep them from feeling like they are not worthy, that they do not deserve to be saved, that they do not need to waste other people's time. Or maybe, just maybe, there's a lack of self-confidence there and they're not sure that they can get it done, and maybe they don't want to disappoint you for fear that you may go away too. It's not lack of effort. It's misdirected responsibility. And oftentimes when you grew up similarly to what I described, then you understand that ultimately you've taken on things that aren't even yours, huge responsibilities that are way bigger than you actually were at the time. But you thought that was normal because that's how you were brought up. That's how you were raised. You were taught to say things sometimes that weren't true, just to keep the peace, to go along with what you were told to say, so that negative consequences wouldn't happen. In closing, you're not too much. You just gave too much to someone who wasn't willing to meet you there. If you feel comfortable answering, what made you realize that you couldn't save them? Thank you for tuning in today, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I hope that you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye-bye.